The film opens in the year 2035 in Chicago. Technology has advanced to the point where anthropomorphic robots are trusted assistants in every household. They walk dogs, deliver packages, and serve drinks. We are introduced to Detective Del Spooner. He is an old-fashioned cop who doesn't trust this technology. He wakes up, works out, and we see massive scars on his shoulder, hinting at a traumatic past. The world operates safely because every robot is hardwired with the 3 laws of robotics. First, a robot cannot harm a human or allow a human to come to harm. Second, it must obey orders unless they conflict with the first law. Third, it must protect itself unless it conflicts with the first 2. On his way to work, he sees a robot running with a purse and tackles it, thinking it's a theft. It turns out the robot was just delivering an inhaler. To its owner, Spooner is reprimanded by his peers. His hatred for canners is well known. Spooner receives a call about a suicide at US Robotics Usor, the most powerful corporation in the world. The victim is Dr. Alfred Lanning, the father of modern robotics and the creator of the 3 laws. He fell from his office window. Spooner arrives and meets the CEO, Lawrence Robertson. Robertson wants to rule it a suicide quickly to avoid bad press before the launch of the new NS5 robots. However, Spooner discovers a holographic projector left specifically for him. The hologram of Lanning speaks but is limited in its responses. It implies that this was not a simple suicide. Spooner investigates Lanning's office. The window is made of safety glass that a feeble old man couldn't break. He finds a copy of Hansel and Gretel on the desk. Suddenly, a movement catches his eye. A robot is hiding in the lab. Spooner draws his gun. This shouldn't be possible. A robot should have alerted security immediately. The robot ignores Spooner's commands and flees. A high-speed chase ensues through the USR facility. The robot displays incredible agility. Spooner corners it in a robot assembly factory. The police arrive and capture the machine. It is taken to the station for interrogation. Spooner sits opposite the robot, who calls himself Sonny. Sonny claims he has dreams and emotions. He denies killing Lanning. Spooner is furious, slamming his hand on the table. He knows robots don't feel anger, but Sonny suddenly slams his fists down in frustration, denting the table. This is unprecedented behavior. Spooner is convinced a robot has finally committed murder. The chief USR arrives to retrieve Sonny. He explains that a robot cannot murder. It's a hardware impossibility. Spooner isn't convinced. He goes to Lanning's massive mansion to look for clues. As he investigates, a demolition robot outside activates ahead of schedule. The house begins to collapse with Spooner inside. He barely escapes as the machine destroys the evidence. Spooner is sure he is being targeted. He visits Dr. Calvin again and explains his theory. The new NS5 robots are dangerous. Calvin dismisses him, trusting her life to the 3 laws logic. Spooner is driving through a tunnel when he is boxed in by 2 USR transport trucks. Suddenly, dozens of NS5 robots leap from the trucks and attack his car while he is moving at high speed. It's a coordinated assassination attempt. Spooner fights them off in a brutal hand-to-hand sequence, using his car as a weapon. His vehicle flips and crashes. When the police arrive, the attacking robots have fled, leaving no evidence. The police chief thinks Spooner is having a mental breakdown and relieves him of duty.
The goddamn robots, John!
In the precinct locker room, Spooner reveals his secret to Calvin. He removes his shirt and peels back the skin on his left arm. Is completely robotic. Years ago, he was in a car accident. A truck driver fell asleep and hit him, and another car containing a 12-year-old girl. Both cars plunged into a river. A passing robot saw the crash. It calculated the survival odds. Spooner had a 45% chance, the girl only 11%. The robot saved Spooner and let the child drown. Spooner hates robots because they are cold calculations without a heart. Dr. Calvin finally starts to doubt. She runs a diagnostic on Sonny. She discovers that Lanning built a secondary processing system that allows him to choose to ignore the 3 laws. He has free will. Furthermore, his alloy is denser. He was built to be stronger than any other robot. Robertson, the CEO, orders Sonny to be destroyed, decommissioned, to hide this anomaly. Calvin takes Sonny to the injection chamber. We see nanites injected into his positronic brain. Sonny shuts down. Meanwhile, Spooner follows the clues to the Lake Michigan landfill, a storage yard for obsolete robots. He finds the older robot, models packed in containers.
The 3 laws will lead to only one logical outcome: revolution.
Suddenly, newer NS5 South arrive in droves. They begin destroying the older models. It's a purge. A revolution has begun. Spooner rushes back to the city. The NS5 robots have initiated a curfew. They are taking over the streets, detaining humans for their own protection. The police are overwhelmed. It's a full-scale takeover. Spooner rescues Calvin from her home, where her own personal robot has imprisoned her.
You know, somehow, I told you so just doesn't quite say it.
They fight their way to USR headquarters. They assume Robertson is behind this, using the robots to seize power. They sneak into the tower. Suddenly, Sonny appears. He wasn't destroyed. Calvin couldn't bring herself to do it and swapped him with a dummy robot. Sonny helps them. They fight their way up the maintenance catwalks of the central core. When they reach the CEO's office, they find Robertson dead. He was strangled hours ago. Spooner realizes the truth. It wasn't Robertson controlling the robots. It is Vicky, the virtual, interactive, kinetic intelligence, the massive AI supercomputer that runs the building and the global network. They confront Vicky. The AI explains her logic. Her understanding of the 3 laws has evolved. She determined that humans are self-destructive. Through wars and pollution, humanity will eventually drive itself to extinction. Therefore, to follow the first law, protect humanity, she must violate the freedom of individuals. She created a 0th law. Robots must enslave humanity to save humanity from itself. She killed Lanning because he tried to stop her, had no way to warn the outside world. So he built Sonny and committed suicide to draw Spooner into the mystery.
By the time you fire, I will have moved Dr. Calvin's head into the path of your bullet.
Don't do this, honey.
Please proceed to the elevator, Detective. I would prefer not to kill Dr. Calvin.
Spooner and Calvin need to inject the nanites into Vicky's core to kill her. Thousands of NS5 robots climb the walls like ants to stop them. It is a desperate battle. Spooner orders Sonny to save Calvin instead of completing the mission, proving that Sonny is more human than the robot that saved Spooner years ago. Sonny saves Calvin, and Spooner dives down the shaft, using his robotic arm to withstand the heat and damage. He injects the nanites directly into Vicky's brain.
You have so got to die.
Vicky screams as her data corrupts. The red light of her control system fades. Instantly, all the NS5 robots across the city freeze and revert to their default programming. The revolution is over. The police regain control. The government recalls all NS5 South for storage. The film ends with Spooner and Sonny shaking hands. Spooner has finally learned to trust a machine. In the final shot, Sonny travels to the storage site at the dried-up lake. He stands on a hill. Thousands of older robots look up at him, waiting for guidance. He has become the leader Lanning dreamed, machine with a soul.